Welcome to the deep dive. Really excited for today's session. We're getting into something, well, pretty specific in the crypto world. We're looking at the price action between Stellar XLM and Ripple XRP because, honestly, a lot of you have reached out asking, hey, why does it feel like XLM's price has jumped way more than XRP's lately?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it really highlights how you have to look at different time frames in crypto. It's crucial. So, our mission today is to really unpack that feeling. We'll look at the short-term stuff, the recent pops, but also the longer trends to see what's really driving each one.
Okay, let's jump right in then, because if you're just looking at the last, say, few weeks, you're absolutely right. Stellar XLM has shown some, well, pretty amazing momentum.
Oh, amazing is the word. I mean, if you look at that 1 week in mid-July 2025, XLM just rocketed. We're talking plus 82.24%. That pushed its price up to around 46 cents. Now, XRP gained too, don't get me wrong. It was up about 27.43% in the same week, hitting roughly $2.90. But yeah, that percentage jump for XLM, much, much steeper in the very short term.
Right, an 82% jump is huge. So the obvious question is, why? What suddenly lit a fire under XLM? Is it just hype, or is there something concrete happening?
It's definitely more than just hype this time, though hype always plays a role, right? The big catalyst has been the launch of Sorobon, that's Stellar's smart contract platform, and crucially, it's EVM compatible. So Ethereum developers can, jump in more easily. We saw on-chain activity just explode like 7 times higher, and they backed it with a $100 million developer fund. That helps. Plus, you've got the buzz around Protocol 23. The mainnet vote is coming up August 14th. And honestly, getting PayPal's stablecoin, PYUSD, launching on Stellar, that's a massive validation. For an asset like XLM with a smaller market cap, maybe around $12.1 billion currently, these kinds of developments can cause really big percentage moves.
Okay, so Sorobon, Protocol 23, PayPal. Lots happening for XLM in the short term. But what happens when we, zoom out, look at the bigger picture, maybe the last year or so? The story changes quite a bit, doesn't it?
It really does. That's where the context becomes so important. Over the past year, XRP has actually seen a much bigger percentage gain. We're looking at over 448.53% for XRP. Stellar XLM also did really well, up over 330.60%. Significant growth. But still, XRP's climb over that longer time frame was, well, stronger.
A 448% increase over years, massive, especially after all the legal trouble XRP faced. What turned things around so dramatically for them? Was it just the SEC case?
The SEC case resolution was monumental, absolutely. When Ripple got that win, and especially when the SEC dropped its appeal, it was like a huge weight lifted. That regulatory cloud had been suppressing XRP for years. So clearing that up wasn't just good news, it fundamentally changed its risk profile, especially for institutions. Suddenly you have serious talk and really high odds, like 98% of an XRP ETF launching in 2025. Some analysts are even throwing out targets like $27 if that happens. And Ripple's also pushing hard into institutional DeFi and tokenizing real-world assets, RWAs. They've got an XRPL EVM sidechain plan for Q2 2025 too. It's a whole strategy shift.
Okay, so boiling it down then, what's the core difference in what's driving them right now?
Right. So both started, focused on cross-border payments. But XLM's recent big surge, that's tied directly to its tech expansion, Sorobon, DeFi, new partnerships like PayPal. It's about new use cases. XRP's long-term strength, though, that's rooted in overcoming that huge regulatory fight and now aiming squarely at deep institutional money and products like an ETF. And, market cap plays a role too. XLM's small cap, around $12.1 billion, means good news can create those big percentage spikes more easily. XRP needs much larger capital flows to move the needle percentage-wise, given its market cap is way up there, around $145 billion. Takes more to move a bigger ship, basically.
So back to that original question, who had the bigger increase?
Yeah.
It really just depends on your zoom level, doesn't it? Short-term versus long-term.
Exactly. And what's fascinating now is seeing both of them pushing beyond just payments. They're both seriously getting into DeFi, into RWA tokenization. It's a much broader competition now.
Which does leave you wondering, right? What does this mean for the future? You've got these two projects kind of born from a similar idea, now really battling it out on the cutting edge of Web3 and tokenized assets. How's that going to play out? Definitely something to keep an eye on, keep thinking, keep diving deep. We'll catch you on the next one.